What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fox Sound Finance, where we analyze the stock market using technical analysis. Please understand that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing in these videos is financial advice. Please do your own research and buy what you want to buy. Okay, guys, back again. It's been about 2 weeks since I last updated you once again, like clockwork. However, pretty significant pump today in the stock, about 12, 13%. So I felt it was noteworthy to jump on and get an update out to you guys. All right. It's going to be a rapid fire update. We're going to go right through many things here, including the box office numbers that I got pulled up here. And then we'll jump into the TA part. Okay. Solely AMC today. I'm not going to cover anything else. All right. We're going to jump right in. Starting again with the box office quarter to date numbers for Q2. Looking at this, guys, already, Easter was a huge success. I think it was what, 106-year history, highest grossing Easter. We're already seeing this for 2026, guys. Look at the numbers for Q2, $270 million, and look at every other year at the same time for April 6th. We are just destroying every other year. 2019, don't matter. 18, pre-pandemic, don't matter. We're killing all of that. So at the pace that we're at right now, I said this before in my Twitter, 2026, I think, is going to be the year of bouncing back, all right, where I think we can see that $10 billion plus gross, right, that we need to see for us to get in the net positive. If 2026 can't do it, guys, I really don't know what other year. Like, what's it going to take? 3 Avenger movies to come out in one fucking year? I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense, guys. We need 3 Avatar movies, 3 Avenger movies in a year. That's insane. Like, it should not take that much for us to get in the net positive. All right. And again, that is being restructured. Payments should get lower. It should be cheaper. I'm saying right now to you, 2026, I think, is going to be the year, and it has to be the year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. But so far, 100% what I want to see. 100% exactly what I want to see. Crushing every other year so far. Let's just see if we can keep the momentum going. And I think the movie slate looks great for it. That's the other thing. It's not like this is it and there's no good movies. Like, there's tons of new content coming out that's going to just, I think, also kill it. Right. I didn't even expect Project Hail Mary to do as good as it did, to be honest with you guys. But movies like that are like sneaky good, that come out of nowhere, that's going to be a huge bonus outside the main franchise type movies, okay? But I wanted to show you guys that, the breakdown of the numbers, looking incredible. Let's go over to my charts now, and I will give you guys the full rundown on this sucker. All right. Anybody new? I'm going to break it down really sweet and simple. Go back to my previous videos if you want more in-depth analysis on my breakdown of my structure here for AMC. But from this top here, guys, to 1390, all the way down, you have these 3 resistance lines from these peaks here, all forming, okay? These are the 3 key that we must break if we're going to go back up the side of this deathly cliff that AMC fell after the whole ape split conversion combo right here. This entire region we have to get above if we're going to see those giant impulses to not only cover the gaps, but if you have any chance of getting back up to the top of this, okay, in this region. Minimum. That's minimum, all right? And you're talking about going from 93 cents all the way up there. I mean, come on. So that's what I'm just showing you guys on the structure side, all right? More recently, looking at the 556, it's been a bastard trying to get past this thing. Reject, reject, reject. I even have this channel here to illustrate it better, right? Look at this. Rejection, rejection, all the way down. And then you got to the point where the 1188 started now being the rejection point, right? You're rejecting here. I have to zoom in even more for you guys. But this line, you guys were rejecting on. Boom, 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 boom. Finally broke out sideways, even though we were descending. But I mean, the descension is so sharp that like we were breaking the 1188 resistance line by default. All right. Now, here we are today. We are sitting at 556 resistance line on cue. I'm telling you guys, you can't make this shit up. We are sitting at it right now. $1.30, I think we'd have to get to break, right? $1.32. In the past, I've told you guys that any break above this 556 resistance line right here, which now is only going to take, what, $1.30-ish, I think you're going to see some serious moves to the upside. All right. But again, real quick, before I even progress into the next phase of this video, there's a wick here. And again, it's looking like it's trying to fight it, right? But I just don't know how long that's going to continue, especially with the new Fed chair starting next month, which I already brought up before. Cheaper interest rates, better for high risk assets, more money can be borrowed for cheap, blah, blah, blah. All good coming down the road. Movies, good. Right now, killing it in the box office. The combination is just insane right now. All right. It's a tornado, a bullish tornado right now happening. Okay. So this pop right here, guys, is looking good. However, I want to see candles printing above this line. If I see that, I expect them to be vicious. I expect to see big moves. I said in my last couple videos, guys, if you were paying attention, that breaking out of this and then seeing a move back down to touch it is not a surprise. You need to start understanding that when you go for key breakouts, when you have not broken a line, guys, a resistance for over a year, you're going to see this where you might have to test. And if you hold above, then you get your next move out. Okay. So go back in my last videos. I break that down. I want to keep breaking down the same price targets over and over and over again because it takes like 40 minutes to make a fucking video. So that's what you're going to probably see is like a nice breakout test go, I think. But let's just look at the indicators and let's see where they're bringing us to. Pivot points. Let's go here. I told you before with the pivot point indicators, guys, you have to get candles above the blue line. The P line here is your midline of this whole thing. And it's going to show you that if you can get lines above that level, then you're typically going to take a shot either to the upside or downside, depending on the positioning of where they're printing. If you're getting the candles like, Jesus, like look at this, before, under the pivot line, under, you just kept descending down to the S targets. If you get above the pivot line, well, you're going towards the R targets. Those are your top end targets, right? Simple, stupid. So we already are taking on R1 right now, and we're fighting it at $1.18, and we are sitting above that, even with the wick down. Now, tomorrow, if you see the stock go up to R2 and hold, and then end of the week even, we're sitting at R3 or even above, that's pretty damn good. That means for next week, next Monday, we're setting ourselves up really, really nicely, okay, for a massive impulse move. Okay, I'm telling you right now. So let's see how the candle progresses. I mean, you're seeing the wick. You're seeing it's wanting to fight that resistance line. But again, that's normal. We've been fighting it for the last year and some change. So not really surprised. But candles start printing above this line, guys. We're definitely, I think, there. I think we're there for this next big pop. All right. Oh, real quick, the pivot point new targets. Let's go with the downside targets first. S1 would be now 85 cents. S2 would be 74 cents. And S3, the very bottom, would be your Nicholas Pantano zone of 54 cents. And I'm just kidding. I don't really care what his targets are, but I know he's like the 50-cent guy right now. So we'll call him, he's the new 50 cent, the Italian 50 cent. Okay. Nick, you're the Italian 50 cent. And I mean that in the most respectful way. But whatever, if you believe in his $1 billion algo machine that he's got working, or whatever, BlackRock's $1 trillion machine, I don't care, guys. I'm just showing you what the targets are based on the pivot points. And guess what? Those are free fucking indicators. They're not $1 million indicator. Just saying. But R1 target, anyways, going back off my rant, would be $1.18. Like I said, we're floating right there. R2 target, $1.36. R3 target, $1.50-ish, $1.51, round up or so. Okay. And doesn't seem significant, but these R2 and R3 targets, guys, with candles printing above, breaks you out of the 556. And we sometimes have to do this in baby steps, okay? Everybody wants to do this shit overnight in their sleep in one big shot and candle. I understand this, but this isn't crypto. It doesn't work that way. So sometimes we have to work our way out of the little, like, rusty crap to get finally flowing to the top here. And I just think that's what it's going to be. It's like working through the grit, the grime, and then finally you're going. So those are your pivot points, guys. Let's just jump to the MACD. MACD is now crossing up. It's been progressing. Both the signal line and MACD have been now floating up towards the actual histogram bar. So it's fucking kind of funny. It's been a while since we've seen that. I mean, look at this. Since January, you've been trickling your way back up. And you did get the crossover, right? MACD line crossed over and above the signal line. Super good. I'm telling you, looks really good. What did I tell you guys before? Since back here, I said, we were getting higher lows. Look, higher low right here. Or I should say, sorry, lower high. We've been getting lower highs, and you don't want to see that. Since here, look, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, finally flattened out, and now look, we've exceeded this one here. So it's kind of funny the way this works with the candle patterns. It's almost like the way I look at the MACD. As this is descending, like you see it comes up, it can't exceed this, right? It just continues to descend down. Well, the fact that we're now curling up and we're surpassing the previous, threads here, it's interesting. So that's one way of looking at it, just kind of obscurely, I guess. But that looks really damn good. Showed you the pivot points, EMAs, super in position to move. And what's great about that is your 9 is finally curling. Didn't I tell you guys this last couple videos? Is that this teal line here needs to curl up over the pink, magenta, whatever, 27 here. And it hasn't even curled up yet, and this thing's already starting to push. We need to see that. If we can get the 9 to cross to 27, guys, we should be able to break out of 556 resistance line, right? We should be able to break that resistance line pretty easy. And also, too, what's nice about that is this chain reaction is going to cause, the 27 to move up over the 48. Again, hopefully you can just continue to get this explosion and this chain reaction for the EMAs crossing over with our price action. So I'm telling you guys, it looks really in position. The EMAs, your 200 EMAs sitting at $2.14. I mean, guys, it's right there for the taking. All of them really are in line for a massive move up. And again, new Fed chair starting within a month. Just saying, there's a lot of events, not just even fundamentally with the stock, but other things outside of that are just lining up. That's just my 2 cents. RSI went from 29 to 66, dude, in one day. That's just nuts to me. I mean, it's cooking right now. So let's see what happens. Again, we got to just wait till tomorrow, man. We got to see tomorrow, end of the week. The only way you're going to know where we're at, guys, is if we get those candles to print above this damn line. That's it, okay? I want you to be paying attention to tomorrow's price target. If you don't have my chart up or anything in front of you, $1.35, anywhere above that range, guys. If we can close above that, we're closing above this line, all right? I want to see clean closes, though, like a couple candles, though. I don't want to see one candle because it could easily get sucked back under. We've already seen that. But that's your RSI. We covered the MACD, covered the EMAs, covered the pivot points. Real quick, really quick, we're only at 12 and a half minutes. That's actually not bad. I'm keeping my promise. I'm going to show you guys real quick the VP fixed range tool. And again, it just goes to show you how on point I think this move is going to be. All right. So here's our VP fixed range tool. That dotted line that you're seeing here is like the point of control. So that is the most resistance as well. That's where a lot of volume is and where price is going to gravitate toward. And again, we're seeing this live play out. You see it's trickling its way up towards this $1.50, $1.51. Big thing is we have to see AMC break and hold above the $1.51. Right? Once you break out of this, we need to surpass this big bar, because once you do so, the volume here, guys, fades out, like I said last video. So when you break past this bar, you have a pretty big shot right through all this volume. There's like no resistance. So you should get a nice shot up to this $2.84 level. Oh my God, work with me. What is going on? Let it go. Let it go. Okay, there we go. Anyways, forget this. Forget I even drew that part, but that's what I mean. You're going to get a straight shot to 284, and then, maybe you'll get some kind of pullback, but minimum up to here. If this doesn't hold, like if this doesn't stop you, you're going to get all the way to the very top of this thing, up to like $4, guys. Okay. I only say this right here to 280 because that's a significant volume bar. That's very close to this one. So any form of resistance like that that's in the way, I'm just going to be transparent and tell you, like, you could bump your head here for a little bit. Doesn't mean it's over, but there might be a cooling period down. And honestly, dude, coming from 93 cents all the way up to almost $3, I mean, that's like 300% move almost, right? Something like that. So just keep that in mind, that, all the way to the very top of this volume up here, $4. I mean, that's crazy, But I think in that pocket there, easy. I mean, you just rip right through that. The next thing I was going to say, though, regarding this is, if you do, my whole take has been, honestly with you guys, my whole take's been this. If we get past this 556, I just think, guys, a year plus of pressure under that zone is just going to lead to a massive explosion upward. Even if it's an initial thing like this, where you come up past, like I said, and go, I'm just telling you guys right now, I think we have a really nice shot at this $5.5, $6 level, this 1390 resistance line. There's just a space right here waiting. AMC's been trading down like constantly, just getting crushed. I mean, a year of downward price action. I just feel like 500-600% move, guys. I would not be surprised to see that. And then we have to make our decision from here, what we want to do, because you obviously would have to exceed the 1390 resistance line, like I said in the beginning of the video, to get to those other impulse moves. And again, we're going to have to play that one out by ear, guys, because I can't go that far from right now. But I just wanted to draw this up for you guys so that you could get a little bit of an idea of where we're at, what to expect, and again, looking at the most recent move and where you're getting stoppage, okay? So I'll keep you guys updated as always. Like I said, again, today I don't even really update on Mondays, but I'm telling you guys right now, when there's big moves, I'll jump on, I'll make a video. And even like this week, if tomorrow there's another big move, I'm not going to go through this whole thing again, but I'll just tell you guys, yep, we hit this level. Here's what's next. It'll be like fucking 5 minutes. I'm not going to try to take 25 minutes every single time here. All right, to explain the same things. You guys just got to watch the previous videos, do your homework, because I'm saying right now, this is really about to unfold, I think, and it could happen really quickly. Within 2 days, I mean, we've seen it run 600%. So be ready for any scenario. And when we do get into those kind of crazy, wacky moves, I will be keeping you guys up to date. I'll give you my take. You can believe it. You don't have to believe it. You can do what you want with the information, but at least somebody is trying to give you a transparent outlook on this thing and not really crazy, biased view either. You know, I give it to you guys straight up. So I was actually going to joke and say, hey, how's the squeeze, guys? How did you enjoy it? Because everybody's been fucking saying that for like the last 2 weeks. Oh, it's going to squeeze every day. There's this one guy in there who's like fucking got a picture of his fucking bicep in the profile picture about it's going to squeeze to $50, $60, $70 every day. And it's just like, dude, like, no, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. You still aren't getting it. That's all I can tell you. So I'm going to give it to you guys objectively. I'll keep you up to date. Anybody new, please subscribe, follow along. And like I said, we're here to ride this wave. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Maybe we do it. Maybe we break the 556 after a year. I'm here for it. All right, guys. I will see you in the next one. Y'all take care.